Hi, and welcome to InfoComm 2019. I'm David Malda with Let's Do Video at the Starin booth, who's hosting the base camp. You could find out more about them at starin.biz. And I'm joined here today by Jordan. Jordan, can you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Jordan Owens. I am the Vice President of Architecture for Pexip. Pexip is a software-based video, audio, and web conferencing company.
Thanks. Any announcements from Pexip at the show today?
Yeah, absolutely. So earlier this year, we officially closed our merger with Videxio. So it was the ability for us to bring not only a self-hosted dedicated software play, but also a fully managed cloud-hosted service together. And at this show, we're unveiling our new brand. So for us, it's all about not necessarily retiring the old Pexip and the old Videxio, but really all about combining into one company and really moving forward. So we now have the ability to deliver the same functionality, and customers get the opportunity to choose, do they want to consume that via our cloud, or do they want to run it in a dedicated model within their own cloud, and it's entirely up to them.
That kind of answers part of my next question. You know, I've been asking everyone, what makes your company unique? If people are at your booth, talking to your team, learning about Pexip, when they walk away, what do they think, you know, this is the thing that makes Pexip different?
Yeah, and I would love to tell you it's just one thing, David, but at the same time, you know, to your point, one of the biggest differentiators that we have is we are one of the only, if not the only, organization to offer both a fully multi-tenant hosted cloud, what we own, we manage, we maintain on behalf of the customer, as well as the opportunity to deploy the software inside of a customer's dedicated data center. And the functionality is identical across the board, right? If you want to consume the technology using this feature or that feature, you can do it in the cloud, you can do it on-prem, it's entirely up to you. Some other things that are different, you know, our interoperability with Microsoft Teams, Google Hangouts Meet, even our own meeting service. There's more and more and more that I could go into, but those are probably the biggest two that we certainly want customers to recognize.
Thanks. Now, things move very quickly in this industry. It seems like it was just a couple days ago I was talking to you at InfoComm
No
2018.
doubt.
So any major lessons learned, new trends, anything that's different from last year?
I think a lot of it is reinforcement of the trends that we've already identified previously, right? I mean, you talk about moving to the modern meeting architecture, this concept of how do I have a meeting environment that enables more than just video and more than just audio. It enables chat, recording, transcription, all that type of stuff. That trend has certainly continued. But I think if you were really going to talk about the biggest emerging trend that we've seen over the year is just the expectation of adoption of video, right? This time last year, video was still a nice to have. Now it's absolutely required. Every organization is out there talking about video. Every organization is out there talking about how they can better enable their employees to do more with less. And it's just an expectation that it's all there now. Customers aren't asking if, they're saying it has to be there, and if it's not, I'm not interested.
It seems like the discussion's flipped. It used to be we in the industry were saying, hey, we've done the studies, we've done the homework. If you use video, you'll be more productive.
Yeah.
You need to start using it. And now it's coming from the other end where the customers are coming to us and saying, we need video.
That's right. That's right, and tell me all about how it works and how can I use it and what's the user experience and how do my customers get, or how do my users get in and out of meetings and what are the things that I can do? How can I use my brand? How can I talk to my customers? All that thing, you're right, it's a demand now, not an option.
Yeah, it's a much more fun discussion.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So this is a huge show. What are your thoughts in general about InfoComm 2019?
You know, it's an exciting year. And I think in a very good way, I think we as organizations who are offering solutions into the market are getting really, really good about differentiating ourselves. So it allows customers to have very targeted, very focused meetings, very focused conversations. We're not out there trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. We're not out there desperately trying to push something into the market. It's all about, hey, look, let's talk about what value I bring to the table. How does that apply to you? Maybe does it apply to you? And we can do that across the board. And you're seeing out of that a tremendous number of partnerships that are starting to emerge. You know, not only the Microsofts and the Googles of the world, that's happened for a long time, but we're talking to a number of organizations that provide traditional AV solutions and how do they enable real-time video to happen within those solutions. Can't get into a lot of the specifics in this, but those partnerships, those that are not necessarily natural emerging partnerships, have certainly come out of this, and that's what I think is so exciting about the show this year.
Yeah. And you know, that's something different than I've heard in previous shows, I think because the market's in such a good place. I mean, we're exploding. The demand is here. It used to be the discussion is, let's talk about how we're better than our competitors, and now it's just talk about the need that's out there and how we can fill it.
Well, no doubt about it. And I think there's a big part of this that the customers are no longer asking for one vendor to do it all, nor are the majority. There are some, but the majority of the vendors out there are saying, look, I can't do it all. I need partners to be able to do some of this stuff. I need someone else to be able to help out here. And everyone's accepting of that, and everyone's driving it because it enables us all to provide more value, to achieve unique value, to achieve unique features, and it really helps the customer do more. And I think that's so exciting.
Yeah, and it's great that the vendors are embracing it
Yeah,
with all these partnerships
absolutely.
instead of saying in the old ways, no, just use our stuff.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between vendors that approach it from a partnership angle out of the gate and those that are trying to force the partnerships to happen behind the scenes. And you know, that's one of the things that it's becoming very clear on who sits on which side of that fence.
Now, a final question. I know there's some things under NDA you can't share, but are there any teasers, anything we can expect from Pexip and the rest, other than the amazing cookies?
These cookies are awesome, by the way. We're getting ready to start hosting our happy hour, and that's where they came out, and I had to grab them before I came over here. Yeah, so there's a couple of things, and you know, so at the end of the day, we as an organization are focused on kind of 4 main key areas from a product perspective: usability, scalability, interoperability, and then we're also focused on some very specific vertical markets where we believe we can make a difference. And we're going to be coming out with a number of features that enable those vertical markets. I think one of the biggest things, though, that we want to help drive is a much improved usability around getting into and out of meetings. One of the things that we've done to date is we've completely revamped our client architecture on the dedicated software side of the business. But as we move forward, we want to make sure that we're taking the best of both worlds between the cloud-hosted solution and the software solution and combining those into a really good usability story, right? So the cloud solution, for example, is really good about calendar integration, push notifications in the mobile apps. How do I integrate in with things like Call Kit? The software side of the story, we were really good about branding and customization and APIs and all that type of stuff. So how do we bring those two solutions together to deliver a unified user experience out into the customer base while still offering them the ability to extend that user experience and create something new and something custom to them? And I think over the next 12 to 18 months, you'll see a lot of work in that area to bring those two solutions together so the experience is normalized across the board.
It sounds like I'm going to have to stay in touch with you and
No
get
doubt.
some updates and share them with the people.
No doubt, no doubt. And hey, we certainly welcome any of you guys to reach out and connect. We're certainly happy to give you more details in a chat.
So thank you very much. And if you are looking for more information, we could find it at
Pexip.com.
And if you want any information about me, you can find me at letsdovideo.com. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.